Hello my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So I'm back with part 2 of the most hated perfumes, Middle Eastern ones, as voted by you. We have started off like strong and we did like a lot of perfumes, but I still have some to go. There are a lot of I went through the list, yeah, the rest of it. And there are a lot of recurrent ones. So I'm assuming this video is going to be a little bit shorter because there's not much to explore. And to make life easier, I've just taken out all the perfumes over here, the ones that are voted badly. And at the end of the video, I'll do the count as well, the counter, you know, of finally judging all the perfumes. So let's start with number 4. This is by Journal Dune Femme Moderne. And she says, hi, I think she means Qaed Al Fursan, white bottle, hate it, so weird, XOXO from Belgium. I share the feeling, I share the grief, I share the feels, you know, like for everybody who could not get with this perfume, I'm with you because I know how polarizing this scent is. And to us who cannot get along with this perfume, it's not like a bad perfume. It's like a terrifying perfume. It's terrible. Next is by Vimek. They say it is Kashabi and Qaed by Latafa. Now, I never got interested in Kashabi, but again, it is one of the traditional scents by Latafa. They were created much before they became super popular and everything. And Qaed by Latafa, I think these are the different bottles of like silver, blue and brown, if I'm not mistaken. Those were the Qaeds. I've not tried any of them because they all are very, very masculine and I thought it would be a waste of money. And they are the kind of masculine even Ali would not want to wear. So I never bought those. So I unfortunately cannot tell you. To me, they are totally masculine fragrances, not unisex. Agreed. Eternal Coffee, not my kind of coffee. Thank goodness I did not try that. It was very tempting because I was seeing it with every reviewer. They were doing there was a green bottle and there was like a chocolate color bottle, you know. So one was coffee, the other one I was not too sure, but I saw it on their website and I was like, should I just get it and review it? Glad I did not. And they say Yara, not my kind of sweetness, scrubber. For sure, you know. Like Latafa's Yara was like such a letdown, you know. I also fell for the hype, to be honest with you, because I was like seeing it everywhere and I was like, I need to try it because what's the big deal? Especially the whole thing about it being like strawberry cheesecake kind of thing. I was like, it was really intriguing me how they have converted that food into perfume, you know, but alas, it was not. Number 26 is by Empatme 5176. And she says Latafa Sandus, which I agree with absolutely. It was nothing what people were describing of it being very caramelly, sweet, beautiful. None of that. This was another perfume which felt like detergent sort, or it was just plain weird. So Sandus was one of the declutters I had done last year and I sold it. It got sold immediately and somebody loved it. Somebody else loved it. So I'm happy it's found its right home, you know. I was wowed by the notes on Fragrantica and YouTube reviews. It does not smell like perfume to me. I hate it, and although I washed, the scent lasted for hours. This is again something I told you guys, that despite of it being a terrifying perfume, it lasted very long. That was a plus point for it, you know. I detest Al Haramain Lavender Femme. Smells nice in the air, to be honest, but to me it's not feminine at all. So this one used to be like my summer favorite. It's barely left, and let me see, because I've not reached for it. It's like all dusty and everything. I've not reached for it in a very long time. So this is, it does smell like fragrance, but it smells like a sweet lemonade with some flowers in it. So it is like a very basic citrus. There's nothing. This was apparently the dupe for Creed Aventus Her, right? And it was all the hype back then. Like these perfumes were like everywhere, this kind of perfume. And out of all the dupes for Creed Aventus Her, this was the one I had liked the most. It was better than, to be honest with you, I do quite like this perfume. So, but I know many people do not like this perfume. They find something that irks them in it. For me, I feel it's a very good blend. Nothing bothers me in this perfume and I will still wear it. Number 27 is by Being Anita Lovett. She says Libra. I think this is by Maison Alhambra. It's one of those ridiculously shameless dupes. Talk about old church lady smell. Goodness, I hated it. Gave it away to my grandmother immediately after spraying it. And it was so strong, you could smell it from across the room. So I do like Libre by YSL, and this is supposed to be Libra, which was like the shameless dupe of Libre by Maison Alhambra. I never bought it because I loved my Libre so much that I just could not, like, you know. And this time when my niece had come here, she was so obsessed with that perfume that I gave it to her. But I'm pretty sure down the line I'm gonna purchase Libre again. Next we have Miss Tamima 125. She's saying, I can't name a bad one yet, but the strongest one I own that is a bit sharp is Oud Mood. Oh, you said it so sweetly. That's so kind of you to be like so gentle about it. Yeah, Oud Mood is something like, some people find it like shrieky, but to be honest with you, with my batch or my perfume, it's very smooth. It's a very smooth oud rose saffron scent, which feels a little cooling on yourself, you know. So in summer, wearing an oud like that would be appropriate. But I've heard that a lot of people found it like harsh, you know. And I'm wondering if this was a batch problem, because like in my perfume, I know when the perfumes are like screechy or harsh or there's something that bothers you from it. Nothing whatsoever in my batch. So maybe it was a batch problem, you know. I'm not sure. Next we have Charm by Megan. She says Taskin was a scrubber for me. Super loud and cloying peach iced tea fragrance. Very much giving cheap bathroom spray. You know, I love it how everybody compares this to a bathroom spray, you know. Yes, Taskin was sent to me by Paris Corner. I did not choose it. I never gravitated towards it. Some people are interested in me reviewing the Marina version of it. I'm not going to do it because I read the notes and I was like, not happening. It's going to be like a tropical version of the same thing, you know. But yes, I am interested in trying the caramel one, which is supposed to be the dupe for some caramel perfume, right? The Bianco Toscana something, you know, the famous one, you know. So I'll probably be trying that one, so stay tuned for that. Next we have Laurie Williams 4846 Opulent Blech. Opulent Red Blech. I like that. Like Blech. Okay, I will learn this word now, Blech, because it just gives out, you know, it removes all that anger and frustration of like not liking a perfume. So next time it will be like Blech. Okay. So Opulent Red gets another vote. I luckily have not smelled that yet. So D George 29 says Ishkal Shuyuk Gold. I absolutely could not stand that heavy leather smell. I gave it to my brother in even after 1 month. He can't stand it either. Smells like gasoline and leather. Okay, so my experience with Ishkal Shuyuk was very different. First of all, it's not dominantly leather. It smells more like suede, and then it has like a lot of sweet vanilla. So it's kind of like vanilla, tonka and leather, but suede leather. That was my experience with it. And I honestly quite love it. Ali took it to Pakistan and then I think one of his cousins liked it and he left it there. So that one is gone. I don't have it anymore. But I really like that perfume. But I can see how that perfume would be polarizing. So some people cannot stand the leather scent at all or animalic scents, you know. And they usually don't like these type of scents. Also, it's a little masculine heavy, right? Masculine leaning. Next we have Cynthia Michelle 2442. She says, Muna, I can't believe how terrible it is. I never fell for the hype of Muna. I know a lot of people were reviewing it and they were like, it's a very nice perfume. It's quite like appropriately priced. It was cheap. I think till now it's like super cheap. But during that time they had released this Muna, Shahad, I think. There were like a couple of them. I just did not find it in my heart to purchase those. I just knew they're going to be like very generic perfumes that I'm not going to like. And it was just one of those that like, yeah, these are like kind of like the perfumes that will be found in convenience stores or petrol stations and stuff like that. So I never went for that and I'm happy about it. Next we have DMCC Web 7632. Latafa Ansam, so artificial. Afnan Desert Rose, total scrubber. Dirham Worthy, so weird. French coffee, too overwhelming. This is like, you're reading my mind right now. So Ansam, as you know, I think it's a scrubber because it smells like detergent or some cleaning product. Afnan Desert Rose was disgusting. As a matter of fact, I bought them both because the bottles were so beautiful. And I just wanted to review them for you because I had not done an Afnan perfume in a long time and unfortunately I bought the wrong ones. They both were terrible, terrible. So it was Herba Pura Delina, you know, the whole. Dirham Worthy, we discussed it earlier, not my cup of tea. French coffee, yeah, it is a little too overwhelming. So I am with you. Kathy Lalvez, I hope I'm not butchering your name. 8409. She says, is Lel Maliki by Latafa. I think this is the second time we got this one, right? It's sickeningly sweet smelling and off-putting. It was a blind buy. Yeah, Lel Maliki was not there as a trial or sample. I think nobody was doing that at that point. And Lel Maliki was again one of those traditional perfumes I did not gravitate towards. So next we have the Body Lounge Chi. She says, Ajwad by Latafa smells like metal. Apt. Very aptly said, you know. Then we have Amber Me Name. 1370. She says, fragrance world's Dolores. All I get is pickle juice. Dolores was also, was it Delina's dupe? I'm not sure. But like, I know what this pickle juice thing is. It smells like, for me, it translates to like a dill smell, you know? Or something which is very like tangy and it's like in a bad way, you know? So I know what kind of pickles, but I've never tried like this Dolores, although the name is very pretty. But yeah, thank you for letting me know so I don't go towards that. You know? There's another one. Elk 4175 says, Al Haramain Lavender Femme. I don't understand why it even exists. Harsh. But you know what? I like it. The dry down is being a little funny. But I think I'm just like sticking my nose. And I've been like reviewing perfumes since morning till evening. Because as you know, I need to record a lot of videos and edit them. Because I need to post it before Ali's family comes here. And then plus we are traveling. So I will have pre-uploaded, you know, so you guys like don't miss me too much. I'm so full of myself sometimes. Next is Lady Descents. She says Opulent Red awful. Wow, there's a lot of votes for Opulent Red, so I don't know. Will Qaidar Fursan win in this most hated category, or is it going to be Opulent Red? Like, we'll have to see. Ikra Abdi Rahman. She says Oud Mood and Ragba, hard to get rid of them. Okay, Oud Mood for sure. I'm telling you, this is something to do with a batch problem because Ragba and Oud Mood both have like the same type of oud, although Oud Mood is like very cooling and Ragba is like a very warm tea oud kind of scent. So, but I know these two are perfumes that are polarizing again, and people either love them or absolutely despise it. So Ikra, like. Next is Kelly Henrik. She's with me for such a long time. I'm so happy. She always comments on the community post. I love you guys for it. She says, Opulent Musk. Okay, not Opulent. Opulent Musk was the white one. The smell of gasoline was overwhelming. So I know a lot of people said it's a meh perfume, but everyone was complaining that the gasoline scent was too strong and it took too long for it to macerate. And the gasoline smell did not completely go away eventually, even after like a year of maceration. So you know why now I did not reach for this this entire range, you know, although a lot of people asked me to review them. I was like, you know, not happening. Then she says, Afnan Zimaya Musk is great. So there was another Zimaya wood, but I'm not sure if it was Amber is great or Musk is great, but I'm planning to stay away from these Zimaya perfumes, right? She says, this is the only fragrance I've ever tried that made me nauseated. I'm assuming it's a musk. It was so sharp and almost antiseptic smelling. Whoa. So it's like alcohol-y kind of thing maybe, yeah? And next is Qaidar Fursan Unlimited. Smells slightly off like spoiled milk and chemicals. This is exactly what I feel with it. I wish I got the tropical sunscreen scent some people were describing, but I absolutely could not understand it. I don't know if it was a batch problem because it's literally like people love it or hate it. There's no in between, you know? Next we have Natalie Del Cielo. She says, Ana Abiyad Leather. To me, it smells like the awful smell people leave when smoking weed. It is the one and only perfume that I've tried several times after letting it rest, and each time I ask myself why. I gave it away as it hurt. I spent money on it. Okay, Ana Abiyad Leather can only be used as a layering scent. It cannot be used on its own. It's too strong. It's the most leathery scent, the most animalic leathery scent ever. I've had a lot of leather scents and I don't shy away from leather, right? That one is literally like dominatrix leather kind of scent. So I can understand where she's coming from, and it is not for everybody. And even if you're layering, you need to do like, try and do a half a spray, like, not, you know, you don't press it like completely, like just, you know, and then put some other perfume so that you can layer it with other maybe sweeter scents or fruity scents, you know, and just give it that little leather edge that you want for evening perfumes. Next we have Ana Maria Cos. She says, Al-Haramain Lavender Femme. Okay, there are a lot of people who actually do not like this perfume. And Al-Haramain Oud Gold Edition. Yeah, that one, like Oud Gold Edition, they have some new ones which I plan to try in the shop and then buy it because they're very expensive. And I'm definitely not going to review the entire range unless Al Haramain, if you want to send me perfume, please do, you know. But I get it. The gold edition was like meh, right? In the beginning, she says the smell of gasoline in the beginning and the screechy citrus patchouli musk makes it a no for me. Orientica Velvet Gold, the animalic notes in it made it another immediate scrubber. Smells like poop covered in sweet powdery violets and caramel. But Orientica, by the way, it's a subsidiary of Al Haramain, which is not available in the GCC. You can only get these abroad. I think it's for the European market. Some of them I can find it here, but they are like one-to-one dupes of other perfumes like Herba Pura, your BR540, the Rouge, I think it's the BR540 Baccarat Rouge, you know. Then they had like, they have so many different ones. So I never accessed it, plus they were quite pricey, so I was like not bothered. Maison Alhambra Bright Peach, the screechy patchouli plus green notes plus woody notes BO smell. I understand what you're saying. There are a couple of peach scents that even I feel like Sutur, Latafa Sutur, in the beginning I had really liked it, but the more it macerated, it turned into that exact, like it's green, peachy, but it smells like BO at the same time, you know. So that was like, gave it away like super fast. But again, this is some notes translating in a weird way to us because there are a lot of people who love Sutur till date, yeah. Next we have Miss Gui 4400. She says Oud Mood, Shagaf Oud, Opulent Musk and Ragba. I guess I do not like the smell of oud. It smells like cow dung. So every time I tell you guys it's a Banyadi oud, that's the whole cow dung scent. The weird part is that my oud mood doesn't smell like Banyadi oud. It smells like a very cold oud. But there are many perfumes, Arabic perfumes, that smell like that Banyadi. And that Banyadi thing, it's actually called an animalic note, you know. And these notes are put in perfumes to give it that animalic thing, right? But to some people, that smell of oud can get like really, really cloying and really, really cow dungy, you know. So I understand where you're coming from. Shagaf oud, surprisingly for me, it's not very oudi at all. It smells very mild. And Opulent Musk, thank God I did not try. And Ragba, like I said before, it's a very mild oud with like tea, you know, like Indian tea, the chai, you know. But yeah, the entire category that you've said, it seems like you have a problem with like musks and oud for sure, you know. Next we have Lorraine Wilson for 4002. She says Choco Musk, yuck, cheap, thick and sickly. Even when layering, I can still smell how artificial it is. Okay, I have it here. The thing is, this is like one of my favorite perfumes to use as layering. I would never wear it on its own. But yeah, it is. I mean, I know what she's talking about. It smells like the like essence, you know, like the vanilla and chocolate essence that the people put in cheap ice creams. But the thing is, when I layer this with something, like it just smells very, very good. Again, I understand that the chocolate, the musky chocolate vanillic scent, this is definitely artificial. This is like, I think maybe $7 or something. So for 50 ml. But still, like, you know, like the ingredients can't possibly be quality ingredients if the price is this cheap. In my opinion, I like it quite a bit because it just gives me that perfect, slightly chocolate vanillic base I want in certain perfumes. But I don't overspray this when I'm layering. So the perfume spray would probably be like 5 as to 1. Next we have Dani Lores Thierry. She says Raw Human by Latafa. Oh my god, I recently reviewed it and I wish I had reviewed it earlier to warn people. I have it over here, full freaking bottle. This, it's like literally a car. It's a G-Wagon or I don't know, any four-wheel with like leather interiors. And she's describing it like really well. She says it smells medicinal and it reminds me of a lot of wet wipes. A shame because the notes, from the nose, it seemed like a good perfume. It's funny, like till the time she did not tell me that it has this medicinal quality, I didn't notice it. To me, it smelled like, you know, the new car smell where you have the smell of the dashboard, which is like plastic and leather combined, and the upholstery. All that mixed together, it gives me that vibe. And I absolutely despise this perfume. That's going to get decluttered. I will still wait. I know what you guys are going to say. Wait, see if it changes. I'll try. I'll give it my best shot. Next, we have Lotus Perfumes. And I know I know because of her DP that this is Bijal, and she's written it actually. I'm so dumb. Hi dear, I'm Bijal, and here are my most heated perfumes. She said my berry black. It's one of my favorite perfumes, but I know that she hates patchouli in the perfume, and she hates many of the perfumes which have like very strong patchouli. So Burberry Black is definitely, it has like this very dirty patchouli, but that's what makes me like that perfume. But for her, it's not. Then she says Mazaji, very sharp, and I agree with her. Mazaji is a perfume I reach for rarely. It's a summer perfume. That's the one. It's a very pretty bottle with a very beautiful cap and packaging. It's stunning. You know what it reminds me of? Like when we put henna, we put this liquid, and that liquid has lemon juice with a lot of sugar and then eucalyptus oil. And then you dissolve all of it together, and once the henna gets dry, we dab it on top to give it more heat so that the color gets darker. Also, it makes the henna stick and not fall off, you know, so that it can stay overnight. It just reminds me exactly of that scent. And yes, when you spray it initially, it's very, very sharp. That citrus comes through like really harshly. But the more it dries down, it becomes like a very pleasant, sweet citrus scent with some aromatic notes or herbal notes or something. Look, worst case scenario, if I don't reach for it too often, I'm going to probably use it as a room spray or something. But I will definitely use it because it's something which is very addictive to me. I really quite like this perfume. And it's been sitting for some time, and the sharpness has reduced like greatly. Next she says March by Ahmad al-Maghribi. Stable type oud which I cannot tolerate, which is the Banyadi oud. I've not tried March. Many people have recommended that to me, but I will probably try it out before I buy it. Then Ansam Gold, of course, it's then she gets the same thing like me, detergent type something smell. True. Vibrant Orange, this is by Paris Kona, I think. Same detergent type soapy smell. Good to know, so I don't buy it. Moraf by Rasasi Kasamat range. I have that over here, and this is, even for me, this is not like, this is again a very traditional perfume. So I would only wear it on Eid or something. Like it has to be like a religious event, or you know, going to the mosque, or you know, like church or some situation like that, you know. This is like a proper oud rose fragrance. It's very, very, very strong. Beast mode, like 2 sprays of this, you're done for the whole day. It's the most, probably my most long-lasting fragrance is this one. It's very rosy, very oudi. And yeah, it does have that Banyadi oud, but like see, for me, that Banyadi oud, it doesn't register. You know, for me, this is just oud. You know, it's not like Banyadi oud. So if you like oud scents and if you like very traditional scents, this is good. The balance in this perfume is very good, which is why I've kept it. But you know, those weird Latafa fragrances, which were like I told you, traditional ones, those are off balance, which is why they bother you. So this one, I've kept it with me, and actually it's like I have used quite a bit of it. So occasionally I do gravitate towards this. And then she said Ajayab Dubai Black. Okay, now this one, Dubai Black, I feel it's a very masculine scent. And while the Ajayab Dubai Portrait, the yellow one, the white and yellow one, that one is a mango pineapple kind of smell, very tropical, very nice, and it ends up very woody. This one, I had told you guys initially that this smells like popcorn, you know, like caramel popcorn, and then with a lot of woodiness and patchouli or like something dirty, right? This one is extremely good in layering. So although this one is worn by Ali, not with me, it's even kept on Ali's shelf. I have not reached for it in a very long time. But to layer this with Dubai Portrait, these two mixed together gives you that perfect perfume. That is like, I feel that has something incomplete and this has something incomplete when they meet together. So I feel like if I wear the white one, and if Ali wears the black one, and if we go out together, it'll smell fantastic. So I get what you're saying. It's a very weird scent. It's a very unique scent. It is also slightly animalic, like some little leather scent is also there. So it's a very different, weird kind of scent. And during this time, everybody was making leather scents, leather scents. So at some times, like it becomes overwhelming for us because we are smelling every other perfume which has that note. And then that note becomes too much, especially polarizing scents like notes like leather or oud or something, right? Now, last but not the least, we have cinnamons. She says, oud mood. I wanted to like it, tried it many times, just couldn't do it, which is okay, babe. Like oud mood is, I know, because it's a very, although I keep saying it's a beginner oud. It's the gateway into entering oud. It can still, for people who are very, very sensitive to oud perfumes, it can be a little polarizing. So that's it for today, guys. This is the end of all the hated perfumes. I'm gonna, while I'm talking and yapping right now, I'm gonna post the calculations, you know, of which perfumes are the worst ones, which ones made it, which ones did not, and we'll give the award to the most hated perfume. I have not counted the votes yet, so I don't know, but I'll share it over here with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.